Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Praise the Lord, and good morning, and welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. So happy and excited to have this wonderful opportunity to come to you today and lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural, normal, and necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. That grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. And I'm so glad that you're here with us on this morning as we take another step on your grief journey. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 293. This lesson is for you and for me. We're going to talk about I talk kindly to myself. I talk kindly to myself. Let's talk about it, y'all. In grief, if I'm not careful, my self talk can discourage me. In grief, if I'm not careful, my self talk can discourage me. What is your self talk like? What is your self talk like? Do you talk kindly to yourself, or is your self talk discouraging? Because, and this is in general, but especially in grief, if you're not careful, that self talk can discourage you. We have tendencies of talking down to ourselves. We have tendencies of not being kind and compassionate to ourselves. We have tendencies of not giving ourselves grace as we navigate through the space of grief. And if you're not careful, that self talk will discourage you. When I catch myself judging my own supposed lack of strength, courage, or progress, I make a conscious effort to redirect. I begin to talk to myself more kindly and encouragingly. Here it is. You start to judge your own self. You start to judge your actions, right? Your lack of strength, courage, your progress. You got to make a conscious decision to redirect, right? I say it like this, and I just made a video the other day. I said, don't let evaluating turn into evaluating. Sometimes we start to evaluate ourselves, and then we start to hate ourselves. We start to hate ourselves and our actions and our thoughts and all of these things. We start to hate it. So as we evaluate our progress and where we at and what we've done and what we accomplished, some of us, we just start to hate the fact that we missed the mark. We start to hate where we are. We start to hate all of that type of stuff. Yeah, that's where that negative self-talk comes in. So what you have to do, especially on this grief, you take 3 steps forward, 5 steps backwards. Grief, you'll be doing good, and all of a sudden you have a meltdown. And I'm not talking about meltdown as far as crime, because that's uh, people. You ask people how they doing. I'm good. I did well. I cried the other day, but I'm good. And all that's part of the process, right? Crying is part of the process. That's part of it. That's part of it. People, when I say people doing good, then they have a meltdown or fallback. I'm talking about they could be doing good as far as utilizing their coping mechanisms, right? Utilizing their tools, tips, techniques to help take them through. Then they'll have a meltdown or something will happen and they do something that's perhaps not healthy, or they do something that they usually don't do to cope with it, right? Those type of things, right? You'll put yourself in a place where you start judging and hating yourself, this, that, and the other. Please understand this. Learn how to redirect, right? Learn how to redirect. Begin to talk to yourself more kindly and encouragingly. This is so very important, y'all, because that negative self-talk, it will get the best. It will get the best of you. Learn how to redirect and talk to yourself more kindly and more compassionately. Oh, I know we messed up. I know we took a couple steps back, but stay in the fight. You got this. We gonna make it. Keep pushing forward, right? It is so, so very important. You deserve to be well and taken care of, I say. You have been wounded deeply and you need TLC from yourself and others. You are good and courageous. You are enough. These are just a few affirmation, a few things that you can say that are so very important. And whether you use this list or make up your own list, the importance is just to have a list, right? You deserve to be well taken care of. You have been wounded deeply and you need TLC from others and yourself. You are good and courageous. You are enough, right? Here's the final thought. Self compassion is a critical ingredient that allows me to integrate loss into my life. Self compassion is a critical ingredient that allows me to integrate this loss in my life. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 293. This message is for you and for me. I talk kindly to myself. Please, please, please talk kindly to yourself. Kindness, self compassion. Give yourself grace as you navigate through this space of grief. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. Thank you so very much for joining us on today. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. Look forward to seeing y'all again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Let's go.